That's crazy.
So that was one of my worst dates.
Wow,
that was one of my worst dates.
That tops the charts right there.
I remember that, and I was just like, I would never.
Oh my
you know what I'm saying? He's fine, tall, dark, handsome.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And
he probably look crazy now.
Probably do, right? He probably do. It's been a very long time. That was years ago. Mm-hmm. So yeah. I'm very picky. I'm very selective.
Yeah.
You know. I'm very, you know.
Yeah.
I'm very selective. I'm very to myself. Like, I don't really like to deal with too many people, you know? Mm-hmm. So I just be fucking chilling. If I give you the time and the energy, like, you better honor that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Do your heroin at the end when you get back home. Minimal. I mean,
don't do that shit at all. And leave me out of it.
That part, yes, but I mean, damn, the audacity to get high before you go on the date.
Nigga,
go
you
to
scared me.
He passed out.
The
nigga rolled down the stairs.
Yo, you gotta ask Gabor. You gotta ask Gabor. I'll call Gabor like, yo, you won't believe what's happening to me right now.
My God, that's crazy.
But yeah, shouts to him. I hope he's good. You know, yeah, blessings to you, brother. Blessings to you. Mm-hmm. What about you? What was one of your best or endless dates?
I don't know if I had anything that dramatic. I feel because that was you topped the charts with that one. But I think for me a lot of times it was more like subtle, not so. Okay, here's what I can think of right now because I had this conversation with my mother last night. We was talking about how I feel like now a lot of the conversations, like the one of the major conversations that people have, especially in our community, is about masculinity and femininity and all that stuff, right? And I feel like the lead up to that, right, like around early, just before COVID, right, I feel like people were having a question of like, well, what do you bring to the table? You know what I mean? I feel like that's what led up to where we are now. But
it be the ones who bring nothing to the table who's asking what you bring to the table.
So here's the thing, right? So here's the thing. I think that there were a lot of people who became confused when that conversation came around because people were trying to figure out, okay, what roles are people supposed to be playing? You know what I mean? Or I think there are men or young men who are literally trying to find out what are women for. Like literally, what are you for? Besides, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Besides having a vaginal canal and the ability to procreate, which I think a lot of times they forgot that part. But anyway, yeah, like what's the point? Because that people were asking, well, what do you bring to the table?
Before you finish that thought, though, when you say procreate, even with that, you got to know that you're procreating for a purpose.
Right.
You're just not procreating for fun.
Right. So I was dating somebody years ago, and because I'm happy now, thank you, Lord Jesus. Okay, but
you better say that.
Okay, but so in my past, I was dating somebody. And this person, we would go out, and there were times when we would go out, and like, let's say if it was a restaurant that I recommended, he would, when the bill came, he would have me pay. He would ask me to pay the tip, and I don't think it was that he couldn't afford the tip. I think it was a principle thing.
Just you add something because he paid for the bill.
It's kind of like I have to contribute something, and all I could think of is like. Do I have to contribute because like I think
because you ain't got it?
That's my thing.
Or do I have to contribute because feel
it's an ego thing. It's a mind thing.
Right.
Yeah, you don't know what else I'm. It's almost like when you don't know what a person brings to the table, if you don't know what they're good for, that kind of thing, you're just trying to find. You're going to give them kind of like giving me a
chore to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. And I felt so uncomfortable about it, and I just didn't know at the time what I was still trying to process that. You know what I mean? As a young woman,
and trying to understand what that was, what it was about, what you was feeling, why was that happening, why was I feeling the way about it?
Yes, processing all of that, and still giving this person an opportunity because I'm like, well, maybe they got a point. Like maybe it's not horrible if I pay a little tip. I mean, it's just a tip, but I come to realize that it's like. It's not even as a woman, as an older sister, as an older sibling, as somebody who loves the idea of being able to care for other people. When I was able to hold my family down, if I could, I did it, and I did it with pride. You know what I'm saying? I got it. What? Don't put your money away. You know what I mean? I got it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I knew that I was in more of a position to do so than somebody else. Right. You know what I'm saying? And he was. He was definitely I believe he was in a better position than I was financially. Right? Financially. So it shouldn't have been an issue, the tip. Mm-hmm. But again, it was a principal thing. It was him giving me a chore because he, for lack of whatever the fuck. And so I'm like, I was talking to my mother about it. My mother was like, that kind of sound like a bitch. Mm. And I was like, you know what? I was like, you're right about that.
You would have said that to him, he would have felt like Queen Latifah. Who you calling?
And I was telling her about this thing that I saw years ago. It was this meme, and this girl basically was like, I think it was like a Twitter thing, and it had like the pictures, the 4 quadrants under or whatever, or the brunch booth. So a picture of the brunch booth. And so the sis was like, ain't no nigga. She said, ain't no nigga in a Nike Tech and Air Max ever asked me what I brought to the table. She said, that's a brunch booth nigga question. Mm. And I was cracking the fuck up. Because it was. It was. There's like a group. There's a group. But
I can tell you,
who's on the cusp of a lot of different things.
I can tell you anything. I can tell you I could say I bring all of this to the table and don't bring shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, don't you want to get to know a person and see what this person has to offer?
Yeah.
They can tell you whatever, but you would have to know that by actually seeing this person and dating this person and getting to know this person and being in this person's everyday life.
Yeah.
And talking to this person, listening to this person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think people are living so on a surface that it just doesn't make any sense. Like, people have no depth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can question, it's just like a job interview. We all lie on a job interview. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, it's what you show when you get there. Mm. That's what's going to sustain you at the end of the day. So you got to give people the opportunity to show you.
Yeah.
Better than they could tell you.
Yeah.
Because people could tell you anything.
Yeah. They really can. It's really just about, like you were talking about a little earlier, like actually wanting to get to know people. Do you actually want to get to know people?
Right.
I think sometimes people don't. Sometimes people just want all the easy things that come with being able to be close to a person.
All the access and no depth.
Yeah, exactly. No one wants to have to deal with the depth of a person because a lot of times it takes
a lot
from
of times,
you. It takes either work or energy. You know what I mean?
Not only that, this person could possibly be a mirror of you, and you don't like what you see.
That's always a fact. That's always a case, if not always the case. Always.
So things are a lot deeper. Life is so much deeper than people allow it to be. Because people just want to live on a surface level. A lot of people. We talked about this. Mm-hmm. So many times people don't really understand what their happiness is, know what their happiness is, know how to find their happiness, that joy.
People don't even think I didn't think it was possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know. I've never seen it anywhere. Even now, when you see like certain couples that were like couple goals to you and that, it was nice to see example of people, being together long term. And then I feel like every couple broke up. Like Megan Good and her husband.
They was married?
Yeah, they're married.
Oh, Megan Good. I thought you was talking about Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, what?
No, I don't know. I'm just getting the Megans all crossed up. I'm getting the Megans crossed up. Okay, yeah, Megan Good and her husband.
A real holy relationship. That was fun, and then
possibly because that's just what she needed at the moment.
I mean, I'm sure that whatever happened is what they needed.
Yeah.
It's just the scene. Oh, and Will and Jada before all the shit. Mm-hmm. Years ago, I thought they was everything. I was like, they must be twin flames. Mm. They must be. And I don't know
what do you think about all this twin flame and soulmate and anting.
Well,
I feel like so many things are being just
romanticized or like
oh my God, just stop, everybody, just. Stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like things are just being dragged. Mm. Like,
in what way? Dragged like people are making things bigger than what it is?
No, it's just now I'm seeing tons of tarot readers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now this is becoming mainstream. So popular, mainstream. Mm-hmm. And it's just so many things. That's just I feel like it's just, all right, y'all, like, what's happening? Everything is just so much now. Mm-hmm. It's so much of everything. that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being a complainer right now, but I just be like,
there definitely are, waves of shit that goes down in amongst the masses. You know what I mean? And people do tend to be sheepish. I mean, you're kind of literally that's the whole point of the education system. It's not to make you an individual. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's
on one page,
learning how to be on one. Yeah, everybody's being on one accord, and even in people's disagreements, those things are all about the same thing. You know what I mean? But so I get what you mean, and I have seen the sweeping trend of spirituality or this new age form of like what they call new age form of spirituality.
I'm all for it. I'm all for everybody finding that space, and tapping into that. I'm all for it, but I think it's a little dangerous when it gets in the hands of the wrong people. I feel like we are such in a chaotic space right now, and I think that has a lot to do with, these spirits, I don't even know if this is a safe space to even talk about that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I feel like there's like a spiritual war that's happening out here, and it's a wave of, good and bad that's going around. I truly believe in that, in spirituality. We grew up in that world. I remember being a kid and the Misas, and for people who don't know out there, we are of Garifuna descent by way of Honduras, St. Vincent, and we have beliefs and traditions that we were raised on, and Misas are like masses that we used to have to celebrate the dead on their death anniversaries, their birthdays, and to honor them. On their death anniversaries, their birthdays, sometimes they come visit you to let you know that they are hungry, something is wrong, and all types of things happen. So it's like, you got to be very careful on how you are tapping into that, because you can turn things around a different way. I've seen spirits with my own eyes. I've seen them. I've talked to them. I witnessed them. I saw the anger. I seen them put my moms in the hospital. Like, I've seen that. So it's like, you got to be very careful how you play around with this realm of life that we in right now. Because we are in a different realm of life, if people even know, what the realms are. So
that's just so, it's such a big topic.
Listen, none of y'all don't come for me. You know what I'm saying? I got experiences.
It's such a huge topic, and I think that what you're saying is 100% true. You know what I mean? I think that it's so trendy that everybody's getting into it. But of course, part of that is, there's a saying that they say, new levels, new devils, right? And what that means to me is just that every time you make a change or you go into a different space or you level up in something, you become exposed to new good and bad, or dark and light, or ups and downs, right? Because now you're in a completely different space, or you're seeing things differently. You're just exposed to something new, right? And so there's the good and bad within all of that, or in the gray areas, So, if people who are trying to dabble into that really need to be prepared, or need to be knowledgeable and before you begin to start doing things. But the reality is that we're not going to be able to really stop that kind of thing. Right. And that exactly who people are is what they're going to be, even as they tap into the spirit world. You know what I mean? The kind of spirits that people are going to attract. If you're a fucked up individual, you're going to attract those kinds of spirits. Yeah. And I even when I used to go to even like in churches, when I see people would catch the Holy Ghost, I would wonder, like, what ghost is entering this specific person? Like, this person that I knew, or this lady, and I'm like, she's mean as hell. Like, this lady's mean. And she's mean to her kids. Like, she's a mean person. Like a mean-spirited person. What spirit is jumping in and out of you every Sunday? Like, anyway, that's a whole nother... Listen, we can go so many places with that kind of thing.
What's that spirit that attacked Uncle Ruckus?
Wait. Wait, what was that? Wait,
What spirit was that? What was it? Old man. I forgot his name.
Old
man something.
I can't remember.
In the Boondocks, where he jumped into old Ruckus, Uncle Ruckus' body.
Listen.
Yeah, like you know, you gotta be careful, man. You gotta be
careful.
careful.
You better pray to God.
You got to pray.
Pray to God.
You got to silence your mind. Let all that stuff go.
Pray to God, baby.
What? Pray, meditate. You know, whatever it is that you do.
Question: do you find yourself having like spiritual or religious partners?
No.
Do they like believe in anything?
They believe in God.
Like the idea that there's a higher power.
Yeah.
But they don't have like strong like beliefs,
no.
like a foundational belief.
No. Not that I no.
I always find that
religious belief or spiritual
belief. Spiritual belief mainly, but you know. Even
I think people, again, now we're in a time where people are becoming a little bit more in tune with that. So I think now, you know, you hear people say it, but it's one of those things you just, you know, like, okay.
It'd be social media spirituality.
Yeah.
It'd be Instagram spirituality.
Yeah. People use God for their own, you know, like, sometimes they'll throw God in the mix just cause, but they don't necessarily, you know, like
have an actual relationship with God. Yeah, know that they care to develop it, develop that, and become intimate.
Right.
With God, I understand.
You know, so it's crazy.
It's scary out here, y'all. You gotta believe in something.
You gotta believe in something.
Because you have to stand for something.
Yep.
And if you don't stand for anything, you're just like a loose. You ever take a bottle and like throw it in the ocean? Like if you see like loose trash somewhere in the ocean, which is horrible that's even happening. But anyway, you see a bottle in the ocean. Literally, whichever way the body of water sways is where that bottle is gonna go, because it has no rooting. It's not anchored to anything. It has no foundation. There's nothing to stick it. Right? It's not grounded in anything. And that's what a lot of people are like out here. Yeah. Whatever the masses, whatever the new thing to believe in or to rally behind. Whatever's going on out here, people are being swayed by social media memes left and fucking right out here. You know what I'm saying? And for anything in life, I truly believe that there's no way for you to have a relationship with yourself or with anyone or anything or even have real happiness or success or whatever if you have nothing, if you don't stand on anything, if you have no foundational beliefs, you know what I mean? You need to have a point of reference or a point of measurement. And I do think that does start with you. And I think that as you get to know yourself and you develop a relationship with yourself and you learn those intricate things about yourself, right? That is where you begin to know what people call God or the source or the one, right?
And that'll help you see other people more clearly.
Yes. Like, otherwise, fuck is you doing out there, love? You really ain't doing shit.
You better get yourself together.
Get your mind right, baby.
Get your mind right. But yeah. On that note, y'all, we've been talking about this. You know, this is going to be an ongoing conversation because, you know, us as girls, we could talk about stuff forever, especially when it comes to relationships, romantic relationships, because, you know, at the end of the day, everybody wants some romance. Everybody needs love. Everybody wants love. You know, we all need somebody at the end of the day. So these conversations become very important and become, you know, the thing to talk about. But I see them earrings you got on, girl.
These is Boy.
Yeah, Love Star Faces.
Love Star Faces. So you can get these online. You can DM her and she'll let you know what she got available and what colors or whatever.
Yeah, shout out to Boy. We got some food too. Roselle had cooked. So I'm hoping we could go because when we got on time, you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that we could get something to eat. You know, get some food or whatever. And
that's my favorite sound. This one here, y'all.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, Roselle had cooked something. He was bringing us some food. He might as well just bring it now. What we have?
44 minutes in?
Yeah.
All right.
So we have jerk mushroom,
You gotta come back here so the people can see you on camera really quick. You know what I'm saying?
This looks so good.
We got some food, y'all. We've been sitting here starving, so we are just ready to eat.
The jerk mushrooms. Made with jackfruit.
Oh, look at that. Can y'all see
jerk
that?
Mushroom jackfruit burger. Made a little panini with salad. Put some pomegranate seeds in there. You don't know some of the plant them. Nice, alright.
Yeah.
You see me?
I think nice.
Yeah, man.
So it's like a sweet
y'all.
and jerk kind of mixture. So y'all enjoy that.
That's what's up. We got a nice little wrap to it. You see it? Yes. It's for the streets, y'all.
And it's all vegan, all plant-based. So you know, vital is vital.
So yeah, Roswell is my everything here, y'all. He does everything for me, but as of lately, he's been chefing it up, and we be getting it in. He's getting me right as far as my food and what I'm eating and how I'm eating. You know what I'm saying? So you see, Bri is over here enjoying it and tearing up. I'm about to get busy with it myself. You know what I'm saying? But shouts to Roswell. He don't only cook, y'all. He got oils. He got soaps. It's all vegan, all natural ingredients, all that good stuff. So y'all make sure y'all check Roswell out on Instagram as well. Real by Roswell, Rozell. Y'all make sure y'all get busy. Check out Love Star Faces by Gabor on Instagram. Y'all make sure y'all check her out. She do makeup as well, and she got her custom jewelry. You know what I'm saying? We are outside. ToniSteelz Bri, girl.
Oh.
We got so much to talk about.
Roswell got the frankincense and myrrh with the patchouli and the charcoal soap. Get that.
Okay, wait, hold up. I didn't know about this. This is a new drop. Let me find out.
This shit is fucking crazy.
Shouts to Trav, because Trav is outside too. He's out there. He's chilling. You know, again, we got For the Streets that's going to be coming. So y'all make sure y'all follow For the Streets on Instagram. The number 4, the letters DASTREETZ. For the Streets on Instagram. Y'all make sure y'all follow Girl Podcast 2023 on Instagram. Y'all make sure y'all follow Rap Sis, because Rap Sis is coming soon too. We are outside. You don't know, we are working. You know what I'm saying? I'm very excited. I'm thankful for my team. Shouts to the team. We are out here. Look at Bri getting busy over here. Shouts to Roswell. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. And what else? What else we got coming? Oh, we're going to talk to y'all next. We're going to come back and we're going to talk to y'all about our Black History Month panel with Snapchat, Snap Noir East. We're looking forward to that. Yeah, February 21st. So, yeah, y'all make sure y'all stay tuned in for that. And we'll be right back. I'm about to sit here. I'm going to eat real quick, and we'll be back, y'all.
This shit is